Hey, how's it going? Dave 2D here. So today's video is shot at 60 frames per second. I normally don't shoot like this, but because I'm showing a lot of gameplay footage, I thought I would shoot at a higher frame rate. I just don't like this look. To me, it looks like a soap opera, but that's just a preference thing. Don't get used to this higher frame rate. Okay, I got to play one of the coolest games I've ever played before. It's called Beat Saber. It's this VR rhythm game where you use these lightsabers and you hack away at blocks. It's kind of like Guitar Hero, but for Jedis.
You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I stepping in, I get a couple weapons. Yeah, I turn to a beast when I'm rapping. I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I stepping in, I get a couple weapons. Yeah, I turn to a beast when I'm rapping. You are now watching the legend, so sit back and let the show begin. The pro is aim, no it's aim.
Now, the reason why I was playing this game at all is because of this new hardware. This is the new Vive Pro from HTC, and with VR, immersion is everything. If you feel like you're in the game, if you have that like immersive experience where everything from the real world gets removed and you're just kind of put into the game, that's the best possible experience. Now, there's a lot of things that get in the way of that immersion, so you get like poor image quality or poor frame rates or just bad audio, just wires, clutter. There's so many things that can make VR less enjoyable, but the Vive Pro is this new upgraded headset that delivers better immersion. So you're getting higher resolution with built-in headphones, and the whole setup is just cleaner with this single cable. The original Vive had this bundle of 3 cables trailing off. This single cable on the Vive Pro is just so much nicer. They also have a wireless adapter coming out shortly, and it's just a much more immersive experience. 78% more pixels is no joke. So the headset's just more comfortable to use on this new version, and it has this super easy knob thing that you adjust for fit. The built-in headphones aren't amazing or anything, like they're not going to have the best sound quality of headphones out there, but it's just so much more convenient to have them built into the headset. And they flip up and down really easily, so if you have friends in the room, you kind of pop up one side, you can kind of hear people talk while you're playing the game. It's a really well-built piece of hardware. So the games that I played look a lot better on the Vive Pro than the original Vive. This is raw data. It's a first-person shooter. I've played this game quite a bit in the past, but at this higher resolution, it's a pretty different feel. There's a lot of visual details that I never noticed before. Like, you can see all the bullets in the clip, and everything just looks sharper. It's a pretty cool experience. And even in a game like Super Hot, this doesn't have a ton of fancy features or textures, but everything looks just so much cleaner and sharper. And with VR, higher resolution radically improves the visual experience. Now, the unfortunate thing is that this hardware does not come cheap. You still need a good PC to run all of this, like they recommend a GTX 1060 or higher for the Vive Pro, and you also need to get the headset. This is $800 just for the headset alone, and that's only for people who are upgrading from the original Vive because it's only the headset. If you need the full kit, that's $1,100. See, the original Vive kit, like the original one from 2016, launched for $800, and that was the full kit that had the headset, sensors, the controllers, the full deal. This goes for $1,100 now for the full kit, and I feel like in the 2 years that have passed, the pricing for the old one has dropped down, but this new one is still really expensive. That being said, $500 for the original Vive is actually a pretty decent deal for people that are kind of interested in checking out real VR, and I mean real VR. If you've been testing stuff out like Google Daydream and just like crappy VR, like that's a bad representation of VR. So if you're interested in like a good experience, like a really, really top-notch experience, this new HTC Vive Pro is freaking fantastic. And please check out Beat Saber because it's the best game that I've ever played on VR, and it's seriously one of the coolest games I've ever played, period.